Hello there, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another vlog. The last vlog of 2023. I cannot believe it is almost a new year.
Happy New Year, Daryl!
So I thought we could spend the day together just kind of getting ready. We're gonna set some goals. We're gonna do some digital planning. And of course, we're gonna do some reorganizing, some purging, so we can have a fresh start come January. It is a super dreary day outside, which I feel like is kind of a bad omen because this is supposed to be about fresh starts. And we're sitting here practically in the dark, but it's fine, we're gonna go with it. When it comes to New Year's and setting goals, I feel like I've tried all the things. I've done the stereotypical New Year's resolution. I've chosen large, ambitious goals that I want to achieve by the end of the year, but what I have found is that I lose sight of those goals as the year goes on, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. But adapting from that, this year, I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm going to choose a word for the year, which I have done in the past, but I never did anything with the word. So this year, I'm going to, in addition to choosing the word, set goals for each month. That way, as the year goes on, I can choose things that feel meaningful at that time, and they will be smaller goals that I know I can accomplish within a month. So, my word for 2024 is going to be intentional.
Dwight recently entered into a contract with me, establishing intent.
This is a word that just kept coming up in my brain over the past few months, honestly, and it's a word that applies to various aspects of my life. So I can be intentional in my personal life, with my relationships, within my professional life and career and athletics, with powerlifting. I can be intentional in all of those areas. So I like that it's one word that can really encompass all that I am, because as humans, we are multidimensional. When it comes to the monthly goals, I want to word it as, by the end of January, I want to blank. That way it's very clear what I need to accomplish. For January, I want to read 5 books, which 2023 was a year of me getting back into reading. I read 20 books in 2023, which for me is like 19 more than usual, but I want to keep that going. I think it will be good to start with like a small win for January, something I know I can definitely accomplish, because that will motivate me to keep going. And I created what I'm calling a 40 before 40 list. So I turned 30 in October, and rather than looking at this new decade from kind of a pessimistic view, because I feel like I'm getting older and it's fine, we're fine, everything's fine. But I decided to use it as motivation to accomplish some of those things that I always say, oh, well, someday I want to do that, but I know if I don't have a plan, I'm never going to take action on it. So I created a list of 40 things I want to do before I am 40, and I will use some of these things to help set my goals throughout the year. So I'm gonna read you just a few things from my 40 before 40 list. You'll have to stay tuned for some of the others. I will say there's a lot of travel-oriented things, but there's some personal ones as well. One of them being reading 52 books in a year, which comes out to about a book a week, but obviously it doesn't have to be a book every single week. I don't know if I will get that this year, but I figured if I start with 5 books in January, I will develop the right habits to set me up for success for that. So we'll see. I want to solve a Rubik's Cube. I want to learn how to drive a stick shift. I'm going to have to recruit my parents' help for that one. I want to leave 100% tip at a restaurant for a bill that's over $100. I want to order one of everything off of a menu at a restaurant. I want to make pasta from scratch. I want to grow something in a garden and then eat it. I want to go skydiving. I want to ride on an elephant. I want to go on a solo trip, so like a mini vacation, but just me. I want to visit all 50 states. I have like 22 left. I want to hike to Everest Base Camp. I want to hike through Antelope Canyon in Arizona, which Billy and I will be doing in February, so we're already making progress. I want to stand on the equator. I want to see the Aurora Borealis or Northern Lights. I want to attend the Olympics. They're coming to LA in 2028. So we've got plans. But that being said, by the end of January, I want to read 5 books. And rather than just saying that, I want to start putting the plan into action now, even though it's still December. So I decided to go ahead and pick out my 5 books. That way I can have them out and visible, and I feel like that will set me up for success. And if I do want to stay on track for reading 52 books in a year, then each month I can go ahead and pick out what books I'm going to read for that month. So for January, I'm going to read The Power of Habit, which shout out to Mandy. Mandy, I know you're watching this, but Mandy got me this book as well as the second one, which is called The Slight Edge, for my birthday back in October. And I kind of held on to them because I had this idea brewing, but The Power of Habit is by him. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the last name, but Charles D. The Slight Edge is by Jeff Olson. I will have all of these linked on my Amazon book shop store thing. It'll be in the description box. So those are like personal but kind of business productivity type books. I wanted there to be a variety. So the next 2 are more athletic based in terms of not specific to powerlifting, but in terms of like an athlete mindset. So the first one is called Train Like a Warrior, The 5 Inner Beliefs That Make You Unstoppable, and that's by Darren Donnelly. This one I read like a third of it and then stopped. It's Relentless by Tim Grover, From Good to Great to Unstoppable. And then the last one is going to be just a personal fiction book. Jodi Picoult is my favorite author of all time. I have like almost all of her books right there. So this, A Spark of Light, I started this also. I read like a third of it and then I got busy and stopped. So I'm gonna restart it. I remember bits and pieces, but those are my 5 books that I'm hoping to read in January. If you have book recommendations for me, leave a comment, okay? I'm gonna need some suggestions. I'm trying to work through books that I already own, but just have never read before I start ordering a bunch of other books. But I do have ones that I've added onto a wish list, and I'm always looking for new ideas, so I would love to hear from you. Next, let's chat about digital planning, because as they say, fail to plan, plan to fail.
Can't take the fail? Get out of the fail video.
I am excited to announce that Bridget and I now offer a digital personal planner. We have been selling digital teacher planners for several years, and we finally created a personal planner. So that way, if you are not a teacher or you're looking for a way to organize your life outside of the classroom, we've got you. It has a lot of the same great templates that are in the digital teacher planner, but it has other things included like budgeting and things that don't necessarily apply to teaching. So I'm gonna show you the planner in just a second, but personally, one thing I really want to work on in 2024 is being more intentional, see what I did there, with planning out each month and taking time to reflect on the previous month. I am very, very good at planning out week by week, but I don't always look at the month as a whole. And I think setting goals for each month will help with that. But one thing Billy and I started doing a couple of months ago that we have really loved is what we have been calling State of the Union. I was kind of proud of myself when I came up with that name because y'all know Billy's in politics, but then it also works for State of the Union as in the state of our marriage and like checking in on our marriage. Essentially, we will go to a local coffee shop or go grab breakfast or brunch at the start of each month. So typically we do the first Saturday. And it's a time for us to check in with each other, both personally as well as within our relationship. We have a chance to like give each other glows. I don't think we do that enough. Like we get so caught up in life that we don't take time to acknowledge and appreciate the things that the other people in our lives do that make us happy. So we do that. We have a chance to like air out any gripes that have maybe happened over the past month. We set goals for the next month. We do like a financial check-in. And then we always end it by saying what we want more of in the month ahead and what we want less of. And it has been phenomenal. You know, we've been together for 10 years now and only married for a little over 3. But I feel like this is one of the best things that we started doing, and I need to do this for myself as well. So that's kind of the goal that we're setting for the new year. It's not really a goal, it's just being intentional, something we're gonna work on. Okay, let's get to planning. I am using the tablet version of the digital planner, but it is also available in Google Slides. I will link them both for you in the description box. My iPad is several years old, so she's a little slow. We're gonna be patient with her. I'm using the older Apple Pencil. I wanna get the new one. I just haven't done it yet. And I'm using the app GoodNotes to be able to annotate. So this is what the reference pages or like table of contents looks like for the planner. We're gonna navigate to the goals overview. So I'm gonna tap on goals overview. I can kind of map out my goals into different categories as well as place them throughout the year. So let's go ahead, get that edit toolbar. And we're gonna come down to January. So my January goal is to read 5 books. Nope, we're gonna go on to another line. Okay, and then let's go ahead and go over to the goal planner. This is where in a little more detail, I can map things out. So again, my goal is to read 5 books and my timeline. So the start date is gonna be January 1st and the target end date is going to be January 31st. Hey, I wrote the year correct. I feel like I need a gold star for that. And my why. So 40 before 40, read 52 books in a year. I can go ahead and start mapping out, like if I find quotes or little stickers or things that are motivational or inspirational, I can put them there. I can start to map out my action steps, which I think is the really important part. So my first action step is to choose my books, which I have already done. Choose 5 books for the month. And then I feel like step 2 is to gather the books, which I have also done, thanks to this video. Okay. I feel like step 3 is going to be to create time to read in my schedule. I feel like this pen is a little thick, but it's fine. And then I can keep going from there. Again, I can list out helpful resources. My milestones are just going to be like each book. So I'm gonna go ahead and write. So Power of Habit, The Slight Edge, Train Like a Warrior, Relentless, and then A Spark of Light. Okay, I will probably come back in and clean this up later, but you get the point. So now I wanna start my monthly planning because in addition to setting goals for each month, wanna make sure I have the month mapped out. So let's go ahead to the calendar. So January, now this planner is set up to be able to be reused year after year. So you buy it one time and then you would set it up with the dates. So we're gonna go ahead and set up for January. January starts on a Monday. Yeah, so Sunday is the 31st. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now if I scroll before this, I actually have a monthly planning page. For my focus, I'm just gonna write my word for the year, and I think I'm gonna do that for each month because choosing a different focus for each month, I mean, yes, I'm setting a goal, but to me, the focus stays the same. It's being intentional, so. And I like that it's there for a good reminder. My priorities are going to be creating a new routine, staying consistent, I'm gonna leave that third one blank for now. Goals, read 5 books. And my other goals aren't gonna be as big of a deal. I do wanna try 3 new recipes because I've been on a big recipe kick. And I'm gonna leave that open for now. Again, reminders, got notes. Okay, important dates. So Billy and I are going on a trip. We fly home on the 2nd, so flying home. I know I have a PD on the 8th, so PD in Manor ISD. Oh, my parents' anniversary is the 4th. Okay, I have my sports massage on the 15th. And then Billy's dad's birthday is the 28th. Okay, I think that's good for now. So I'm gonna spend a little bit more time just kind of going through this today and making sure that I have my January planning set up, my calendar set up, and then the first week of January, just so that I kind of have some, bases to go off of. One of my other favorite ways to get ready for the new year is cleaning and reorganizing around the house. Typically, this would include packing up all the Christmas decor, cleaning everything so that there's a fresh start. However, as you can see, Christmas tree is still up. In my defense, it is December 21st. Christmas has not even happened yet, but Billy and I are leaving the day after Christmas for a trip and will not be back until after the new year, which means Christmas tree is gonna hang around into 2024. It's fine. I did figure, however, we could do some purging in my closet. Granted, I really don't think my closet is that bad. I do a pretty good job of keeping it neat and orderly, but I do think it's nice to go through every now and then and reevaluate, Your body changes, your clothes may not fit the same way anymore, styles change, they get worn out over time. Plus, I really wanna try the hanger trick. Do you know what I'm talking about? We're gonna use Billy's shirt as an example. If you normally hang your clothes like this, at the start of the year, you flip them all around, you hang them like this, but as you wear them and return them to the closet, you hang them the normal way again. So at the end of the year, any clothes that are still backwards, you did not wear all year long, which means most likely you can probably get rid of it. I know that's not true for everything because we have like special articles of clothing that we don't wear that often, but we hold on to. Anyway, we're gonna try it this year, 2024, it's happening. I got just a basic laundry hamper or basket. And as I go through piece by piece, if there's something just off the bat I know I want to get rid of, we'll put it in here, take it to donation. But otherwise, as we go through, we're gonna flip all the hangers and we're gonna try it. I don't know how it's gonna go, but we're gonna try it. And this is why I feel like I should have that side of the closet, not this back piece, because Billy's side is lower and mine is much higher. So the hardest part is just gonna be reaching the clothes to turn around the hangers. Oh my gosh, my hand is cramping. I'm a little concerned because I've made it, I don't know, a quarter of the way through and I have not found anything to get rid of. So this isn't going as well as I thought it would. Okay, I found one. My Netflix engraved shirt. I like this shirt, but I can tell you right now I have not worn it in at least 4 years because I don't love the color red. Nope, we're doing it. Progress. This is one of my favorites. It's my Michael Scott, Dunder Mifflin, Scranton Meredith, Palmer Meredith, Celebrity Rabies Awareness Pro-Am Fun Run Race for the Cure shirt. Can't get rid of that one. That's one of my favorites.
And that is why I am hosting a fun run race for the cure for rabies.
All right, it may not look like a big difference, but I cleared out an entire laundry basket full of clothes and hats because I wear hats when I work out pretty much every day. I get attached to them as a result, but also they get disgusting because I'm sweating in them. For example, this hat which says, "Can I pet your dog?" One of my favorites, but it's all discolored and it pains me to say it, but I know it's gotta go. I've turned all of the hangers the opposite way with the exception of Christmas items. So like the Buc-ee's sweater, that's gonna get packed up. I have bins on the top shelf for like seasonal clothes. I didn't go through those. I probably should have, but it's fine. I'm happy with what I got done. I'm happy that I turned all the hangers so I can see how that plays out throughout the year. I feel like I made good progress. I know this wasn't super exciting. We didn't leave my house. I didn't share anything overly revolutionary, but My hope is that this maybe gave you some inspiration or just a few new things to try with the year ahead. If you are also choosing a word for 2024, leave a comment, let me know. Book recommendations, put them down in the comments. The links to everything I mentioned, including my Amazon list, the digital personal planner, books, all of that will be down in the description box for you. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. As always, thank you for watching. I love you so much. Don't forget to put your positive pants on, and I will catch you in the next one.